This is Amanda de la Cruz. She is with me right now. Good evening, Amanda.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going pretty well. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Thank you so much for being on the show this evening.
Oh, no problem. Thank you so much for having me.
So, Amanda, you are from Ohio. Um, Talk about how did your wrestling career got started?
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'm from the Dayton area. I've always wanted to wrestle my whole life, so naturally I kind of looked online and, found, the local schools and decided to start training with Cody Hawk down at Rockstar Pro in Dayton. So I trained with him and Ben Chimera and trained for about a year, started wrestling on shows, and now I'm just kind of trying to get out there a little more and get out of the Dayton bubble, so to speak, and just, do more in wrestling.
I'm definitely familiar with that name, Cody Hawk. He's definitely a big name in the Ohio area, and he's well respected. He's trained a lot of talent over the course of his career, and he must be one proud mentor seeing how far you've come, how much you have evolved in this industry, and how much you are willing to go to take your career to the next level.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, Cody's amazing. He's been like a really great help to me. He was very patient and helpful with me when I first started training because I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't something that I was super picked up on really quick or anything. But yeah, I definitely worked really hard and hope to make him proud. He's kind of like my like wrestling dad, I guess. So anytime I can make him proud, it means a lot. So yeah, I still train with him actually. So anytime I can get in there and pick his brain, I definitely take advantage of it.
Well, if that's the case, he must be one proud papa then. Uh,
Hopefully.
seeing one of his own growing up in front of his eyes. So you mentioned that you still train with him to this day, and even though you're wrestling now, you're in matches, you're wrestling in front of audience. Um, what do you consider the one thing that you want to learn a little bit more of? Is it more in ring? Is it more being on the microphone? Like, what is the one thing you feel you want to learn a little bit more of?
Yeah, honestly, everything. Like, I think that the really amazing thing about wrestling is you can never really stop learning. Like, I'll never stop training, really. There'll probably never be a time that I don't take advantage of it if it's there for me. Obviously, no one's perfect in the ring, so it's great to always work on that and definitely, like, work on promos and just whatever you can to get better and be the most well-rounded, entertainer that you can be. You need to work on everything all the time. So, being with him, you can really work on everything. I wouldn't really say that there's one specific thing, just because, I try to take advantage of whatever he wants to teach that night. I just want to try and do my best at it and just get better in all areas. I'm not too proud to admit that I'm not, perfect at anything. So, I just want to try and get better at everything as much as I can.
What you say about learning more, that's a valid point. Considering like any other athlete, no matter how good you are, how much you prove, you can always get better. When you're a
Mhm.
football player, especially a quarterback, you can always find ways to throw the ball better, or a basketball player, shoot the ball better, or a baseball player try to hit the ball better, be more effective. They say practice makes perfect, um, and that's just it just shows the dedication that wrestlers and all athletes have of wanting to make themselves better to benefit themselves and those around them, your co-workers, your peers, the people that you travel with. Um, so Amanda, you've had a chance to wrestle for quite some time now. Like, who do you consider your biggest rival? Like that one person that you so eager want to go up against the most. Like, who do you consider your biggest rival?
That's a good one. I've worked with Heather Owens probably the most. So she's always fun to get in there and kind of, spark that little feud up. anytime we can. I had the chance to wrestle Kayla in February, and we have really good chemistry. I really enjoyed that. So I'd like to get in there and do more with her, and I'm actually wrestling her a couple times this month, so that'll be fun. I wouldn't say there's one specific rival. I've kind of, I've wrestled, a lot of different girls, so, anyone that wants to get in the ring, I'm more than happy to take on.
I love me some hardcore Heather Owens. Let me tell you, if there's one woman who can spark up anything, it's definitely Heather.
Yes.
She doesn't hold back on the microphone, and she doesn't hold back in the ring. She definitely lives up to the hardcore portion of her name. I've seen her matches firsthand. She don't hold back
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Nope, not at all.
Who are some of the female wrestlers out there that you haven't had a chance to work with but would like to work with someday?
I would really like to work with Crazy Mary. She comes in the area a lot, and I've seen a lot of her stuff, and I really enjoyed it. I actually got to work with somebody that I wanted to work with for a while, and that was Jules Malone just recently, so I was really excited about that. I know I would love to wrestle Jessica Havoc. I know she's not really in the area, but I have met her a few times, and she was always really nice, and I think we could maybe, have some fun in the ring. So, like I said, anyone, but those are the two that really stick out. And like I said, I just wrestled Jules Malone, so that was fun. I've seen a lot of her matches as well. Anyone, anytime you get in the ring with someone different, you're going to learn something new and you're going to get better. So honestly, anybody that, that I can get in the ring with, I will.
As I look throughout the years of wrestling, the state of Ohio, obviously known, the Buckeye State, known for sports teams, but they definitely started to be known for wrestlers, such as Dean Ambrose, The Miz, Dolph Ziggler. You have Madison Rain. You have Jessica Havoc, as you mentioned. Ohio's starting to become quite the state for wrestlers as far as success and longevity, in case may be. You being an Ohio native and a wrestler yourself, how does that make you feel when you see these wrestlers from the same state as you that go on to have success?
Yeah, it's awesome. It definitely is great to be able to meet people and speak with people that do know them and can kind of shed some light on maybe something that they did or what they were doing, and you can kind of learn from that and try to follow their footsteps. I know also Sammy Callahan's from Ohio. He saw him in Crone NXT, and Cody trained him as well, along with Dean Ambrose. So, he has tons of stories, and, anything Cody tells me, I pretty much just listen to and will do, because he's a great mind. But it's really, encouraging and makes you, kind of knowing people that do know them, and even having met some of those people, it's just nice to know that, there is success in wrestling to be had if you work hard enough at it.
Well, I used to live in Ohio, and just to see how far these guys have come, like I know I guess I've been following The Miz since Tough Enough, and he was hated. When from the moment that he joined WWE, he just got booed from the get-go. Even when he was just an announcer, or whatever, people just boo him. They felt, "What are you doing here?" And yet and then he blossomed into The Miz. And I mean, at least with The Miz, he always wanted to be a wrestler. And even though he didn't win his season of Tough Enough, I mean, he's had a pretty good career as far as I'm concerned. But I guess that's a testament to him that and his dedication, regardless of his, glitz and glam and over the top personality. But I respect the dude for and I met the guy before. He's actually a nice guy, very cool guy. So.
Yeah, I really like watching him. He's one of my favorites to watch. He's really great. He's definitely evolved a lot, and he's one of my favorites to watch on Raw, actually. So good that he's from Ohio. It's kind of nice. Get to kind of take some pride in that.
So the Divas division has become buzzworthy for the first time in a long time, and WWE's calling it a Divas Revolution, and it's all because of Stephanie McMahon bringing out the NXT girls such as Sasha Banks, the NXT Women's Champion, Ric Flair's daughter Charlotte, and Becky Lynch. And since then, WWE is making their matches longer, and the storylines has been very intriguing. And now it's a form of three teams. You got Team Bella, you have Team Bad, and you have the now trio known as the Submission Sorority, with Paige, Charlotte, and Becky. I almost said Sasha for a moment. I don't know exactly why, but you being a female wrestler and seeing how much criticism that the Divas division has had throughout the years, how do you feel about this revolution? And do you think they can keep it up?
Yeah, I do think that they can. I think it's great. It's really awesome that they're really fighting to give them time. I think that they've always had a decent amount of talent in the Divas division. I feel like they kind of got a lot of flack for lack of time on Raw, which really isn't fair to the girls because, as you can see, even Nikki Bella and Alicia Fox, all those girls that were already on TV, they can hang with the new girls. So it's not that they didn't have the talent; they just didn't really get the time or the dedication to their story. So, bringing in new girls means that they get to finally have that and get that attention that I think that they deserved, and that's awesome. I mean, for the first time in I don't even know how many years, you're having Divas matches with like commercial breaks, which is crazy. So it's really nice to see and really refreshing. I'm really excited to see what happens with it and where it goes because it's just getting better.
I will say this as a fan, I like what I see thus far, and I hope they do keep it up. And having lengthy matches and just the storylines keep up being intriguing. Who knows? Maybe in the next few months, one of the factions will break up and someone will turn their back on the other. That's when stuff really is gonna get down.
Yeah.
But I like what I see thus far, and if you're Nikki Bella, who's been the Divas champion since November of last year, and you were on your way of becoming the longest reigning Divas champion ever, surpassing AJ Lee. This is what champions should strive for. Like, you see Charlotte, you've seen Shasa, you've seen Becky. You know what they can do in NXT. Now they on the big stage, and it's like, okay, bring it, And for this,
yeah.
and for this. And what makes it also interesting that as this revolution continues to grow, you have two divas who retired this year, and that was before this revolution came to light. AJ Lee retired early this year, and Layla just retired just last week.
Yeah.
So, but at least with Layla, she said some nice things. She likes what the divas are doing, and hope they can keep it up. So yeah, it's encouraging. I will say that much. So Amanda, why don't you go ahead and promote your up and coming shows, where people need to check out, and when will these shows will take place?
Sure. Yeah. Thank you. I wrestle a lot this month, so that's cool that you're letting me do that. This weekend, tomorrow, and actually Saturday, I will be at the Hamilton County Fair with World's Best Wrestling. And Saturday I'll be taking on Heather Owens, and I'm really looking forward to that. Next week, the 15th, I'm taking on Kayla, and that's at LSC. That's another place that I work pretty regularly. And then towards the end of the month, I am going to be at Rubber City Wrestling, and that's up in Barberton, Ohio. That's the Akron area. And I'm actually their women's champion, so I'll be defending my belt that night. And then the next day, the 30th, I will be at the Caramel Festival, and that's for World's Best Wrestling. And all of that's on my Facebook and everything, so you should check it out if you're in the area, at least.
She is under the name Amanda De La Cruz on Facebook. You can like her fan page, and as Amanda pointed out, she'll keep you on track of what she's got going on, what she's got coming up. Make sure you check her out and show your support. Support your local indie wrestling shows near you, for sure. Just last Friday, we have lost one of the all-time greats in Roddy Piper, and I thought WWE did a great job with their tribute video to him, and to see majority of the wrestlers wear the Hot Rod T-shirts just shows how much of an impact that he had on the men and women. Your thoughts on Roddy's passing and his legacy?
Yeah, it was very unexpected, and really it really kind of hit me because I wasn't, he's like the last person I would have expected. He's definitely gone, too soon. Another person in wrestling, unfortunately, that's gone too soon. And Piper was really timeless. Like, he was just great. Like, I truly feel that he, his legendary status is just shown in that, like, in a time, he came from a time where there were just big characters and, like, over-the-top personalities that, maybe, like, they made good 80s wrestlers or whatever, I guess. But, you could turn on Raw Monday and see Piper on there, and he would, just fit in. You wouldn't even think twice about it. So, it's really sad that, he passed, but it does, he is a legend, so he's definitely not going to be forgotten. So
Roddy Piper is truly one of a kind. He made it so easy for people to hate him. Like, this dude can say anything, whether it's good or bad, and you just flat out boo him. He made it so easy, and yet people respect him overall. I will remember him for just him being the villain that he is. I will remember him for his legendary Piper's Pit. And I go back to The Miz. He was on Wall, and he gave his respect when he was like, "Welcome to the second most see segment. There will be no Miz TV. There'll be no Peep Show, Highlight Reel, or any other interview segment without Piper's Pit." That paved the way for the other segments of today. So kudos to The Miz for paying his respect. And what he did to Snooker, smash him in the head with a coconut, and for being in the main event of the first ever WrestleMania, and you're in the same ring with Mr. T. You main event against him in the first two WrestleManias. That's something that people don't know.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 2 in a boxing match. And what's shocking is that he was only 61 years old. I mean, that's just... I thought he
definitely too young.
I thought he would be in his 70s, but he was 61 when he passed away. He would definitely will be missed, and I know I've already got one Roddy Piper T-shirt in my collection. I'm planning to buy some more for sure. He's definitely, and if all you wrestlers, especially the heels, who just want to learn to be just as good as Roddy, just check out his promos, check out how he performed. He just knew what he was doing, and he did it the best of his abilities. God bless you, Roddy Piper. And I'm sure the men upstairs got a main event lined up for him against Dusty Rhodes, who also passed away early this year. So there is a heaven wrestling wing that is thrilled with Roddy right now. But he will be missed for sure. One more WWE related question for you. Tough Enough. It's getting down to the last few weeks. The latest eliminated person was Chelsea, the only person with experience that was left. Of course, Patrick, he was eliminated a couple weeks prior, and now that's pretty much all the contestants, zero wrestling experience. Your thoughts on Tough Enough as we get down to the last few weeks?
Yeah, I've watched a little bit of it, and it is kind of sad as a wrestler to see the people that kind of didn't wait for a game show, I guess, or a reality show, to come around to decide to pursue their dream. Not to knock any of the other competitors. I know that they all have their own careers going on, their own respective careers going on at least. But it is kind of, sad to see that. But I mean, I don't think that it'll be the last that we see of Chelsea and Patrick, which is, the only good thing that I can really think of. I was familiar with her before, and I did read a recent interview where she definitely isn't gonna, she made very sure that she definitely isn't gonna give up. So, I mean, I don't think we have to worry about the people that have the wrestling experience, that were eliminated. They're not gonna give up because they would probably be trying regardless of a TV show. So, I mean, it is an entertainment show, so they're not gonna, you have people from all. You may not have wrestling fans only watching Tough Enough. So, I mean, it's fair. I mean, it is a fan vote, I guess, based show or whatever, So, I mean, it's just a TV show. So, I mean, it doesn't mean that, they'll never be back in a WWE ring, and it doesn't mean that whoever wins this season is going to be here in 5 years. So, I mean, it's just a TV show. It was, like I said, it was sad to see them go, but, I don't think that it means that it's the last that we'll see of them, and I think that that'll just kind of, just prove how much that they really wanted if we do see them back. So
you bring up a valid point, considering that throughout the years of Tough Enough, the people that don't win their season, they end up having better success than those that actually won. I give you the Miz. I give you John Morrison. I give you Ryback. I give you Kenny King, who's now in Impact Wrestling. Those were guys with experience, and they didn't win their season. Then some guy named Daniel Puder, some guy named Andy Levine, or Levine, not to be confused with Adam Levine from Maroon 5, but that's near nor there. So Patrick, Chelsea, they got exposure out of it, and people know them. And they're going to go back to the indies and continue to work on their craft. As for the other contestants, we'll see how much committed they really are in pursuing this next few years. But, I'm still going to watch it. But, I wouldn't have any high hopes to the male and female winners until, we would actually see what they can do moving forward.
You can't learn wrestling in 12 weeks, so
no.
I mean, they got to really want it. So
yes, absolutely. Amanda De La Cruz on Facebook, go like her page. You on Twitter too, right?
Yes, I am. You can just search Amanda De La Cruz, and my handle will come up.
De La Cruz. That sounds intimidating itself. I'm just gonna say that. De La Cruz, like you. That if that's not intimidating to your opponent, then I don't know what will. Like all the, it doesn't even matter what the England announcer says. Just say De La Cruz, and look at the look on that person's face and be like, what I just got myself into? What have I done? Did I just say goodbye to my career before it started? I'm going against De La Cruz. That's just but.
Well, thank you.
Well, Amanda, it was great chatting with you, and thank you so much for being on the show. I enjoyed chatting with you, and one of my friends wanted me to inform you that he just liked your fan page. His name is Andrew.
Well, thank you, Andrew.
So you got yourself a new fan, courtesy of Triple Threat Wrestling Radio. But take care of yourself. Have a great weekend. Thank you for your time.
You too. Thank you so much for having me.
You have a good evening. Have a great weekend.
You too. Thanks.
All right. That was Amanda De La Cruz joining me here on